Hey everyone, it's Dr. Sunita Punjabi, your brain coach. We've been talking about Mental Health Awareness Month. May actually is a great time for us to begin to dispel some of the myths. Say that right. Some of the myths that are surrounding mental wellness and mental illness. So, a lot of people ask me, Sunita, isn't mental illness for weak people? And I think we're changing that in the world. This was very common, especially in American culture. Well, actually, in any culture around the world. The Asian culture, talking about your feelings is most of the time discouraged. You're supposed to keep everything inside, be tough, get over it. You're just a whiny baby. We've heard all of these things before. And what I wanted to say is mental illness is not affiliated with a weak person. In fact, when you are bothered by what is going on around you, I would propose that you're more awake and aware. It's very important that we are aware of what is going on in the world. And this can bother us. And I'm going to tell you, if you are a caring human being at any level, some of what's going on in the world is going to take a toll. You're going to hear things and they're going to bother you. I don't know how anybody watches the news today without being pulled to tears. I just can't. I mean, you hear about these terrible things happening to children. It's wrong. The unemployment, people struggling financially, people struggling with their health. So mental illness is not just for the weak. And I propose to you, if you are struggling emotionally, um, welcome to leadership. Welcome to have a heart. Welcome to having a conscience. If you're not personally bothered and offended by what is going on in our local communities, even, or what is going on with the leadership of our nation, what is going on with the leadership of our world, if that doesn't bother you at some level, I would say you're numb. Um, and you need to really think about it. Now, the other side of that is, and there's a whole conversation we can have. Control what you can control. Recognize your community and start in your part of the world, righting a wrong. If you see a wrong, start fixing it where you can. And don't feel that you have to be the martyr. Do what you can and make sure you take care of your own health. And I'm kind of guilty of this. As a nurturer personality type, I want to just go, 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 go. And it's really costing my health and it's cost relationships in my family. That isn't good because what feeds me and restores me is my family and my community. And if I'm not spending time in community and with my family, and I'm bothered by what's going on in the world, that's a bad formula. So, first thing, mental illness does not mean that you're weak. Mental illness probably means that you're amazing. I mean, I'm going to be a little out there, but yeah, if you can turn on the TV and not be disturbed by what's going on in our world, I would seek a counselor. The other thing is when you are not well, there's actually a physical change that happens in your brain. And I am an avid student of neuroscience. A lot of you know that I do neurofeedback training, which means I actually help people change brain frequencies. So I'm really involved in the anatomy and the physical workings of the brain. And I'm going to tell you, mental illness changes the physical function of your brain. And so it's not like being weak, because even if you're at that point where your neurotransmitters and your brain is functioning differently because you're depressed or you're anxious, if you're depressed or anxious for long enough, and I mean, it could be 3 months. if you're depressed or anxious for 3 months or more, there's probably a neurotransmitter change, a physical change in your body, which means that no matter how much positive thinking you do or how many motivational speeches you listen to, you're still going to have trouble being yourself. Now, there's a lot of great things out there. I do not believe in medication. I think that medication is a last resort, but medication can be helpful. But medication should be a bridge to help you start to think happy thoughts or think more optimistically or think differently so the neurotransmitters can change. See, depression or anxiety is actually a cycle. There's a triggering event usually, and sometimes you can inherit a propensity. So you inherit a propensity, but there's a triggering event that causes a change in your neurochemistry, which causes more triggering events because you notice more negative things, which causes more neurotransmitter secretions that are off, and that kind of feeds itself. So medication can serve to change that cycle because it serves as a blocker. A lot of psychotropics block the message. So you're still having maybe negative or dark thoughts or anxious thoughts, but the medication stops you from thinking that at a conscious level. The problem with that is, though, it can also stop you from feeling other things, such as happiness. So you'll notice that people that are on medication, and this is just a brief overview. I'm summarizing this. There's a lot more to it. If you're interested, please reach us, be our friends, or connect with us on social media, and I'll answer the questions. But on the very surface level, when you have the kind of anxiety or depression or other stressors on your brain that changes your neurochemistry, it's going to be kind of hard to reverse that cycle. Medication, I said, is a one way. Another thing you can do is meditation and prayer. I kid you not. And for those of you that just said, I can't meditate, no way, heck, Dr. Punjabi, you want me to sit there and go, no, I'm not. There are super simple ways to meditate. You can meditate while you're washing dishes. Mindful meditation you can do while you're walking your dog. Learn more about it. Look up mindful meditation, and we'll put some links at the bottom of this video so you can start to look for simple things that you can do to help yourself change the direction of neurotransmitter and your the way that your brain works. Look at a box. It's called a box meditation. Google that. Super simple, right? There's other things you can do. So this is your brain coach telling you that if you are suffering from mental illness and mental illness symptoms, you are not weak by no means. I actually say, join the family. We're all bothered by what's going on, and we're trying to be as happy as we can and trying to look for the side that works. What empowers us is what we're trying to look for. But it's hard to ignore what's going on. And I wish you all the wellness that's available during this time, and reach out to us and we'll be there to support you. This is your brain coach signing out.